conservative point of view to black issues. His mission: to provide a forum for honest discussions about social issues without the liberal lapdogs shutting down the discussion. Broadcasting from the American Truth Project Studios in beautiful Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. This is Conservative Nation with your host, Jermain Botsio.
Bow. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Conservative Nation with me, your gracious host, Jermain Botsio. And on today's show, you guys know what the deal is. I got the one, the only mind of Jamal. How are you doing, sir?
What's going on, Jermain? How is everybody out there trying to share it, especially on Facebook? Because you know Facebook haters. How you been doing, Jermain?
I've been doing fantastic, actually. I've been feeling very good.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. When it comes down to getting therapy done and working out, I'm starting to do really well. Really well. I feel like I'm getting most of my strength back.
Okay.
You know, all I can say is that I praise God every day that I'm up above and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta be very grateful for the little things in life here, and that's what I'm on right now.
Are you going to be able, are the doctors suggesting you ever ride a motorcycle again, or you're done? That's it.
Well, they said that I could if I feel like it. They don't recommend it in a sense. My wife and the family, let me tell you something. If I get on a motorcycle again, they gonna have a heart attack. You know.
Yeah. That's understandable.
Yep, they'll have a heart attack. My wife said that she gonna bring out the knives. You know, I'm not trying to get her upset. You know, redheads get upset very fast. So, you know, I try to deal with it the best I can. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. We got a lot to discuss tonight, and let me tell you something. It is going to be fantastic. It is going to be great. We got a lot of good things here. Let me go ahead and make sure that this is good. How is the sound out there, ladies and gentlemen? How does the mic sound? Hopefully it sounds well. I'm making sure that everybody can hear well. Seems like it's good. Seems like it's good. Okay. Jamal, my goodness gracious, are you ready to get down to business?
Yes, we are. It is time to get down to business. It's time to get this thing, get it started. I'm ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to
flame on.
We are ready to flame. Make sure you guys do your due diligence. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. All right.
Share. Please like and share.
Like and share. And if you can, gosh darn it, donate. Help us out, ladies and gentlemen. Help us out with the streaming fees, the internet, the lights here. Gosh darn it, we need your help. We certainly do. And we want to make sure that we reach the people out there who are missing us, the people who can't find us. We need to make sure that we create a very big family here. Our community is very special. Very special. And I want to make sure the world sees our community for what it's worth. All right? So make sure you guys do what you do best. First one up, we shall speak about this Charlie Kirk clip. It is going viral right now. And Charlie Kirk was recently on a podcast called Whatever, right? And he was speaking to some women that were on that show. There's a woman who was on that podcast, I should say, and she speaks about being a sexual exhibitionist. All right. So apparently, she likes to show herself having sex. She doesn't believe that it is wrong. And Charlie Kirk has, some words for her. So I want you guys to take a look at this when I come back. I want to speak about it because in our day of OnlyFans, in our day of this new sex trade and sex platforms that are cropping up, let me tell you something. It is demoralizing our nation, and somebody needs to speak about it. Here we go. Make sure you share, hit that like button. We need your help. Here we go.
I mean, personally, like, I'm an exhibitionist. I love, like, putting my sexual self out there for other people to see, for other people to, like, touch themselves to, have fun with.
Can I ask you a question? Since you're about presenting yourself to the world, do you have a good relationship with your father?
Okay, here we go.
No, I don't talk to him.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Wow. My goodness gracious. Let me go ahead and run that one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you share.
I mean, personally, like, I'm an exhibitionist. I love, like, putting my sexual self out there for other people to see, for other people to, like, touch themselves to, have fun with.
Can I ask you a question? Since you're about presenting yourself to the world, do you have a good relationship with your father?
Okay, here we go.
No, I don't talk to him.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
No, she does not have a good relationship with her father. She doesn't speak to him. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you got to think about that? White woman likes to have sex and let people watch. She's saying that she doesn't have a good relationship with her father. But I bet you she has a good relationship with her mother. I certainly do. Jamal, what do you think about this here, sir?
Here is my shot look. You remember that little baby used to do that?
Yeah.
Here's my shot look.
Yep.
No one's surprised. No one's surprised because when COVID popped off, OnlyFans became popular. I remember Kevin Samuels talking about it, and one of the things that people have to understand, OnlyFans is nothing more than the strip club. You don't have to park your car in front of it no more. You don't have to go get dollar bills. You can sit there on your phone anytime, anywhere you want and access it, and nobody ever know it. These women that's doing this is an Americanized, feminized women. They have stripped our women in America to where they themselves embrace being objectified, being sexualized, and looked as sexual creatures. It's just this. It's all they're good for. Hate to say it, this young girl, she says, I don't have a relationship with my father. I wonder why.
Yep.
I'm willing to bet you her father was one of those men that said, you can't wear this. Take that off. And her mama was like, she looked good in it. Stop being so controlling. They have told parents and men that if you care about your daughters, care about how they carry themselves, care about their futures and prospects and husbands and your grandchildren, somehow that's controlling.
Yep.
Somehow that's quote unquote abusive.
Yep.
They use that word abusive to cover whatever they don't like. That's why when women cry abusive or abuse, majority of men now today we don't believe them. Women will believe them. But at one time, when a woman said a man abused her, men would get mad, look down on him, say, I can't believe that he's sorry. But not today. Because men know that's just a word they use.
Absolutely. It's a word they use to try to stop men from peering into their lives, stop men from being protectors a lot of the time. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you share. You know, when I look at this here, Jamal, I see majority of women under 30 who are acting like this. A lot of them have that whorish type nature. And it's because, a lot of them are acting like whores. They're acting like whores. And ladies and gentlemen, the reason why that is because of the culture.
Yes.
In our country, the media likes to put down men. A lot of the shows out there, you can see them making fun of the men, making fun of the father. People will go and kick the guy in the balls and everybody laughs, right? But when it comes to the women, they must be respected. By golly, if you touch a woman's behind or touch her chest, that's a bad deal. Everybody and their mama will come out against you. I want people to understand this. We have essentially kicked out the majority of men out of the household. I want folks to understand it. It's a baby mama epidemic, no matter what color it is right now. It used to be black. And white folks have crept up, Asian, no matter what nationality, they are following this baby mama epidemic. And when you kick out the father, it's easy for women to fall down this lane. It's very easy for them. Their mothers, let me tell you something. A lot of time when they're being whores, their mama is being a whore with them.
Yes.
Think I'm playing. Go ahead and ask a lot of the women who grown up without fathers and they had their mama. A lot of the time, the mama was competing with them. They bring their boyfriend, mama is putting out some short shorts, right? She trying to see if she still got it. Maybe she could get a young guy. You think I'm playing? I was told this by the women. I see this, ladies and gentlemen. The mama will act like a whore, and the daughter will follow her. In a single-parent household, this is what happens a lot of the time. And it comes down to abuse as well, which a lot of people don't speak about. Predators, perverts, they love single moms. They look for them because they know they need help, right? You need somebody to watch that little crumb cruncher. Yeah, you certainly do.
Little crumb snatchers.
Yeah, the little crumb snatchers. And guess what? Big Johnson Bob over there. Yeah, you know what Johnson I'm talking about, right? Big Johnson Bob over there. He want to watch your daughter while you at work. Right? Yeah. And a lot of this stuff happens, ladies and gentlemen. So we need to be honest about what's going on. This type of culture is persistent, and it will get worse if we don't start fixing our families. Last words on this here, Jamal.
You know what, Jermaine? That is so true. And a lot of people, if you want to know, and I want to say this so people will understand, you want to know what moral depravity the nation or society is going through. Sometimes if you Google what's the most popular porn just to see not the particular video, but what's the most popular category today is stepdad with stepdaughter. That's right. Stepdad with stepdaughter and stepmom with stepson. Why would this be the most popular? Why will it be a whole section dedicated to that? Because they recognize the moral depravity. They recognize that this is feeding a lust that is going on deep in our nation. One of the things I was looking at when I was on YouTube, it was about ancient famous people in history. One of the things this Muslim who fought in the Crusades, he said, if you want to conquer a nation, 1, make their women sexually promiscuous.
Yup.
2, effeminate their men. 3, show no respect for your elders. You'll conquer a nation where they can never come back. Think about it. It was always said you could not beat the United States of America. You couldn't beat us with guns and bombs and armies. But Abraham Lincoln said the only people who can beat us is ourselves.
Yep.
Look at America today. Look at, like I was saying earlier, Jermain, if you Google what's the most popular porn, it's stepmom, stepson,
yep,
stepfather, stepdaughter. Why? That shows you, 1, the lust that's going on,
yep,
and the depravity of America.
It is. And the thing is, a lot of folks who are in those positions think like that as well. And I want folks to understand that. Right? If you watch a lot of movies, they'll even play to that type of role.
Gotcha.
You think I'm playing? They'll play to that type
That's
of
true.
role, where the stepdad is screwing the stepdaughter, and all of a sudden the stepdaughter is now with the stepfather. That happens here in America as well.
Yep, that's a.
You just can't make it up, and that shows you how crazy the morals are and how far we have fallen when it comes to our families. Nobody ever speaks about how a lot of the LGBTQ folks, they come from single families.
Bingo.
No, nobody wants to speak about that. I want people to understand the LGBTQ folks, that type of behavior, that lifestyle is not natural. It's not natural at all. You could even look at the birds and the animals out there. You don't see it out there. You don't see 2 male birds hanging out with each other and doing the nasty. You don't see them.
Rockin' Robin.
Yeah, doing the rockin' Robin. You don't see 2 grown-ass lions humping each other. You don't. But in the human species, they're doing it because there's a disorder that is there that people aren't speaking about. So that's why it's very important to make sure we have family under control in this country, because without the base of family, gosh darn it, our society is going to be screwed up. A lot of people are coming from broken homes. So I wanted people to see this, because that type of behavior is rampant in our society. And when you have women who behave like her as the norm, you're going to have more baby daddies and baby mamas. You're not going to have any families at all.
Nope.
And when they're like that, guess who's there to, scoop them all up? The people who are lost in the world. Satan, right? Yeah, Satan get all the lost folks. They belong to Satan. You better believe it. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. I want to go ahead here and give a shout out to 2 people who just donated. First one goes out to Melinda Peace, and the second one goes out to my guy Ron Gusto. Big G Gusto. Shout out to you. Let me go ahead and give you the customaries. Shout out to you.
For her kindness and generosity and donation through PayPal. Once again, I want to thank you, Miss Melinda Peace, for your kindness and generosity through PayPal. Thank you.
Absolutely. Shout out to you. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do your due diligence. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. All right? Make sure you do share. Next one up. I want to go ahead and show you guys this here. Viral video deals with a black woman. She's been saying this for a while. I've been saying it forever. And it seems like it's now catching on. People are starting now to see what the deal is. And it deals with family. This black woman says single mother households raise the worst children. Can you guys believe that?
Yes.
People are calling her crazy. I don't think she's crazy at all. I think she's telling the truth. Let me go ahead and run this. When it comes back, we shall speak about it. Make sure you guys do your due diligence. Hit that like button. Make sure you share, and if you can, help us out. Throw some chips in the bucket. Here we go.
We are in a fucking crisis, a pandemic with this single mother and shit. But it is a proven fact that single mother households produce the worst product.
Facts. That's
It's a
100% fact, yeah.
If you take 2-parent households, single father household, single mother household, statistically based on facts, the household with the woman heading it by herself produces the worst product. And for our people, for black people, for African American people, those single mother households are the reason why prisons are filled with a good majority of our
You are 100%
people,
right.
So these are facts. You sit this on the table. Here go the fact. And then you say, so y'all need to start valuing men being involved in the lives of your children. I can't make you be with your baby daddy, or we can't say that somebody has to stay with somebody, because we know that children are being born out of situations where the two people aren't healthy together.
Yeah.
But you having access to a man and a woman during your upbringing needs to be brought back.
I feel you.
I gotta laugh when I say this, because the females get so mad. But
Man, oh man. My goodness gracious, Jamal. My goodness gracious. Man, oh man, she's saying everything that we've been saying here, Jamal. Can you add to what she's saying? Do you think what she's saying is the truth? I mean, what do you think here?
Yes, people been knowing single mothers have been the destruction. Single motherhood has been an absolute failure. Now, of course, if somebody wants to point out, yeah, well, I was raised by a single mother and I turned out good. Okay, I'm pretty sure somebody who swim out with the cage with the great white shark and just touch it and play with the great white shark and everything's good. Then there's the rest of everyone else who was outside the cage and great white shark took a chunk out their hind part. Yes, that is not the way families were meant to be. And when people don't focus on how families are supposed to be and get families back in the situation, husband, wife, and children. No, everybody did not wait to have sex until married. It didn't. A lot of people just didn't get pregnant because they used things. Or is that me? You there, Jermain?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, that thing mine's just dropped.
I don't know. I think that may be you.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. You know, what you're saying is absolutely the truth here, Jamal. Let me pick up on where you left off here. What you're saying is the absolute truth here. Most folks, if they use common sense, right? They get out of their emotion and they use common sense, they would get to where we're at, where you start looking at the statistics, you start looking at the family structure, you start looking at the things that are happening, you'll come to that conclusion. You will. There's no other conclusion to come to. And the reason why this is persisting, and she called it a pandemic, is because of the culture. When it comes to most women who are out there, you go ahead and say something like this to them, they're going to fight you tooth and nail till they're dead. They will fight you tooth and nail till they're dead. Most women will say, you know what? I don't need a man. My children are fine. I was raised with my mom and I'm just fine. Right? Mm-hmm. They won't take a step back and look at how they were raised and see what things they missed in their lives. They won't do that because that will show the things that we're talking about. If you go ahead and look at what's going on in our society today, ladies and gentlemen, the crime that is out of control, I want people to understand it. The crime that is out of control, the LGBTQ culture, these things are being led by the single mama community. There's no way that if you are in a nuclear family and you've grown up in a nuclear family and you see how your mother and father act towards each other, you see how the family functions.
Yes.
There's no way that you're going to go and, do the other, if you know what I mean. There's no way that you're going to, go to the other side and be part of the LGBTQ. It wouldn't make sense to you. It wouldn't at all. You would want to emulate what you're seeing. That's what happens, ladies and gentlemen, in the wild. When you grow up, you see your mother and father, you see the good nuclear family, you want to emulate that. You want to copy that. That is just natural. But if you have not seen that, it's hard to emulate it. And if you've been inundated with nothing but the LGBTQ nonsense and people telling you, hey, you don't need your daddy around, right? And you got the laws backing you up, then you're going to get this problem. And it's going to be hard for people to, come to the truth. It'll be hard for people to get on with their life. And if you start looking at a lot of the mental health issues that are out there, right? A lot of people lack self-confidence, especially the women. If you want to speak about self-confidence, you want to speak about people feeling good about themselves, right? Look at the women. They talk about bullying and everything else. All that is because of the single motherhood. Women are naturally lack that self-confidence. Believe it or not. A lot of the times that is built by your family, is built by your daddy. That's saying, hey, come here, sweetheart. You're precious. You can do anything in the world. A lot of women who are complimented by their fathers, they are not going to go ahead and give up what they have by the first person that tells them they look beautiful, because they already heard it from their father. Most of the time, fathers, you know what they do? They become very honest to their children. They tell their daughters, hey, when I was young, I was a bad man, dear. Yeah, I had 3 or 4 girls, 2 on each arm. Yeah, I used to lie. Yup. I used to lie and say that, I had all this money just to sleep with them. Men will do that, ladies and gentlemen. Think I'm playing. Men will do that. They'll tell their daughters how they used to act like, so that their daughters recognize that when they're going out. Yeah, my dad told me about this, told me about that, right? When it comes to women, your mama will never tell you about her whore days. Think I'm playing. You will never hear your mama saying, you know what, I used to get beat down by people on the block, if you know what I mean. We used to wrestle in the bedroom all the time. I used to be promiscuous.
Yep.
Right? You will never hear your mama say that. Everybody in their mama knows, right? You women out there know what I'm talking about. Man, you know what I'm talking about. Your mama will never say, hey, you need to watch out for these hoes out here. Yeah, I used to wear little short shorts. I used to sleep with guys and steal their money. Right? Your mama will never tell you that. But your daddy will. So that's why it's very important that that nucleus, that family sticks together and they produce great children for this nation. Last words on this here, sir, before we move on.
You know what, Jermaine? A lot of men, especially when it comes to marriage and stuff like that, a lot of men try their best to uphold the integrity of the mother. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of women try to say, well, men always put them down, baby daddy always put them down and stuff like that. Men usually are always trying to uplift and hold on and show, hey, she was good, tell your mama she did this good, tell your mama she did that good. That's how men are majority of the time. Women, on the other hand, your daddy's sorry, your daddy ain't here.
Yep. Not
all, but majority.
Majority do that.
It's like one of the things you had said earlier when you was like, oh, I was raised by a single mom, and look how I turned out. And like the example I made, Jermaine. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I know some people that swam out there with a great white shark. Ooh, and was like, ooh, look at Jaws. Now, what about the rest of the 90% that Jaws took a bite out of their hindparts? So, yes, there is a difference between a baby mama and a woman with children.
Mm-hmm.
And people need to understand if a woman was doing everything right and that sorry dog walked out on her, that's not her fault. But if she was hopping from club to club, bedroom from bedroom, that's on her.
Yep. And that's how a lot of the children are being born nowadays. They're not being born in, loving households. A lot of them are, one night stand babies.
Yep.
Third guy to dump in your baby. You get what I'm saying? Stuff like that, ladies and gentlemen. That's why this baby mama, baby daddy crap is here. So it is something that, needs to be spoken about on the main stage nationally so that we can come to a better resolution in this country. But we have some people in office on our side that they're scared to speak about this. They're scared to speak about how men are being kicked out of the home, how a lot of the laws are very punitive towards families in general, right? They uplift single families, single mama families, and put down nuclear families.
Yep.
If you look at the Democrat Party, that's all they speak about is single mamas. They don't care about the nuclear family. They don't at all. And this needs to be spoken about. So we shall see. We shall see what happens in the future. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. We got a lot more to speak about. All right? A lot more to speak about. I want to go ahead and speak to you guys about spring break. We spoke about spring break last year. It was absolutely crazy. A lot of people dying. A lot of shootings. A lot of mischief. And let me tell you something. It seems like it may not be the same this year. A lot of things are happening in Florida, especially around Miami. And I want you guys to take a look at this. When it comes back, we shall speak about it. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you share. Here we go.
Salada now to Miami Beach. An attempt to break up with spring breakers isn't stopping them from coming.
Local 10's Samir Nefsi is live on South Beach with how things are looking tonight. Samir.
Nicole and Calvin, so definitely smaller crowds than years prior. Of course, one thing the city tried to implement this year was to break up with spring breakers, but that included beefing up security measures. We have officers across Ocean Drive right now, and some just congregated outside of what appears to be a nightclub. So the question remains, did the city break up with spring breakers?
We're like a toxic ex. You can't break up with us.
Toxic ex or not, spring breakers have piled into Miami Beach. As the sun went down and neon signs illuminated.
The spring breakers, they have a right to enjoy, but they don't have a right to destroy.
I think people just need to control themselves.
Unnoticeable police presence vamped up along Ocean Drive, both on foot and cycle. The beefed up security comes following recent years where the city has racked up nearly 600 spring break arrests.
Dropped our son off at Fort Lauderdale, which was loaded with young people, but here it doesn't seem like there's, that many.
The talk of the town.
Curfews, bag checks, and restricted beach access.
DUI checkpoints, $100 parking.
The city's move to break up.
This isn't working anymore.
With the breakers.
Miami has done a very, very good job of making sure, the safety procedures in place, but, you can't cancel us.
We ain't never breaking up. We staying together forever.
Saw something on social media. Somebody put out why not to come here for spring break. I saw that. I thought that was interesting.
As for parking.
Said, you know what? Since the $100 parking fee, instead of walking, we're going to ride the horses.
All right, so as for those safety measures or beefed up safety measures, those will take place Thursday through Sunday, this weekend and next. We're live from Miami Beach. I'm Samir Nefsi, Local 10 News.
Only on South Beach you ride a horse for spring break. Thanks, Samir.
All right. What do you guys think about this? Spring break. Brother, They're trying to break up with spring breakers. What do you think?
Well, people just tired of the violence and the crime.
Mm-hmm.
People tired of it. And we got to tell the truth who's causing it. The black community causing it.
Absolutely.
People are sick and tired of every time they go somewhere, it's the black community doing this. People tired of it. And people getting tired of it, they don't want them around.
Nope.
And call it what it is, black folk caused this. Black folk caused this. Ain't no other way to put it.
Yep.
We sat here fighting, shooting. Every time you turn around, fighting, shooting, fighting, shooting, fighting, shooting, fighting, and shooting. And people tired of it.
They are
sick of it.
They absolutely are. They're tired of the fighting, the shooting. They're tired of using taxpayer money to fix things that have already been fixed. They are just tired. Absolutely tired, and it really comes down to, the culture. A lot of parents need to start looking at their children. They're paying for them to go to school. They have to start stepping up and doing what is required. Hey, you're going to have to come home for spring break. I don't want you to be running out there doing what you guys have been doing, which is messing up things. Back in the day, parents used to be a lot more in their children's lives, especially the children that are at school here. When you're in college, please believe, ladies and gentlemen, you still act like a kid. The brain isn't all there. I know they say once you reach 18, you're quote unquote an adult. But let me tell you something. When I was 18, I was still stupid.
Yes.
I was. My dad used to call me dummy. Yeah. My dad would be talking to his friends and he'll say, yeah, look at my son. He still thinks he's smart. He's still a dummy. And he told me that I wouldn't be smart until I'm probably 40 or 50. That's what he said. Yeah. I said, my goodness gracious, I got to wait that long? He said, yup. And you know what? I kind of believe him. I kind of do, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm reaching that 40. I'm a lot smarter than what I used to be, but I'm still dumb. Yeah. So I'm probably got to wait till 50. We shall say. Brother, last words on this.
Just looking at this, when people say they don't want young black folk around, this is the reasons why. Somebody, Miss Sam Napier, just pointed to me. There's a drive-by shooting here in Durham. A little girl and a teen boy injured.
Oh goodness.
People are tired of every time you have a good time, 3-5-4 figure, boy, I hate a nigga.
Yep.
Show up. And they show up, tear up, and people just tired. People are just tired of it. And they have every right to be.
My goodness gracious. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. I need your help. I certainly do. The people on Rumble Rebels. I need you guys to make sure you're hitting the thumbs up. Yeah, I need you guys to hit that for me. I certainly do. People on YouTube, help us out as well. There's a new YouTube channel that is being created. It is most likely will have a lot of the clips that are being made. A lot of them that I need to probably put out. It's gonna be on there and on a new, I believe, a Facebook page. So we shall see down the road. But we definitely need your help. So make sure you guys do what you do best. Next one up, I want to go ahead here and speak to you guys about illegal immigration. There's a viral video out, and it deals with a woman who ordered from Walmart. She ordered some things from Walmart, and she asked for a delivery. And the person that delivered her things was an illegal alien who apparently took somebody's ID. I want you guys to take a look at this. When I come back, I want to speak about it. These are the things that we've been speaking about for a while. These are the things that are happening in our nation that Joe Biden doesn't care about. The liberal left doesn't care about. They only care about them for votes. Take a look.
Hey, Jessica.
Okay, where's Jessica? You not Jessica? Where's Jessica?
No speak English.
You
sorry.
speak motherfucking English because you just told me that the account said Jessica. Where's Jessica?
Yo.
Jessica, yes.
Where's she at? You not Jessica. Where's Jessica?
Look.
Is Jessica my wife?
No, go get your wife then, because I'm not signing for that. I'm finna call Walmart and report it.
Your page is there, yeah.
Is camera.
Yeah, I'll add it.
Yeah,
Jessica,
that's what I've been telling you. Your page is there.
Okay. Yup. I'm gonna definitely add it.
My wife.
I'm not taking it. Return it.
Okay.
Return the item. You're not Jessica. I'm not accepting it.
Let me go fix my let me go get off this.
Por favor, please.
No. Drive people crazy. There you go.
Is 1 moment.
Return the item. I'm not taking it. What? Hello?
Hello.
Yes,
I am Jessica.
No, the fuck not Jessica, and I got customer service on the phone. Return the fucking item. I'm not gonna tell you again. Get the off my porch.
Hi.
Get the off my porch. Take it back. I just told the man who delivered it. He not Jessica. Take it the back.
Bow. So that's what it is. A lot of people are saying that she's blowing this out of proportion. A lot of people are saying she's bugging. But a lot of people, like myself, don't think so at all. When you order something from any place, a lot of the times they'll give you the person who's delivering, they'll give you their information. Their phone number, what type of car they're driving, how they look, so that you know when they come in what to look for. In our nation right now, there's a lot of fraud. There's a lot of people who aren't doing the right thing, and there's a lot of illegal immigration. And when she ordered it, and she saw that, hey, this person is a male, ain't a female. I'm not too sure about this. And on top of that, the person can't even understand English.
That's usually a sign.
So she is kind of cautious about, accepting anything. What do you think about this here, Jamal? Is she out of control, or is she being a cautious American?
She's being cautious because look what's going on. Look what happened to Laken Riley. Look at what's happened to countless people that illegal immigrants are hurting. And if Walmart is hiring illegal immigrants, then Walmart need to have that addressed.
Yep.
No, Walmart, you don't do that. People don't want to have their lives threatened by these people. This is deadly. People can be killed. I don't blame her. Now, was she disrespectful? She was worried. But if you are taking someone's identity and how she was saying it and how she's probably been a victim of identity theft if you listen to her.
Most folks have.
And I'm sorry, if you ever been a victim of identity theft, you look at things a lot different.
Absolutely.
And you get more cautious. You look, what's going on? You can't help it. So, in my opinion, she was right to be cautious.
Yep.
Very much so. She was right.
Absolutely. And you never know. She could have accepted the items. She brought it in. There could have been fentanyl on it. She, inhaled the dust. Bingo, bango, she's dead. These things happen, ladies and gentlemen. They certainly do. And just like Jamal said, if you've been a victim of identity theft, I've been a victim. Most people have been a victim in this nation. You start being cautious with everything that comes to you. You start looking, right? And if something doesn't smell right, you don't go for it.
No.
And a lot of the times, ladies and gentlemen, identity theft is caught by people who care. Yes. Somebody's using your credit card.
You want to find out.
You want to find out. And a lot of times, what happens is the people who are very cautious, right, they start looking at the name and they look at the person, and the name is a female name and the person is a guy. They start saying something. They start calling the police. This is how people get caught up. And we need good folks in the world like her to make sure that we are having people on the straight and narrow and having people, do the right thing. So I think she did a fantastic job. She might have been a little bit brash, but, what can you say? She asked a few times for the person to leave, and they didn't take her advice. So that's what it is. Identity theft, illegal immigration. Moving forward, I want to speak to you guys about Katie Britt. We spoke about a little bit about her yesterday. Yeah, we spoke about her over dramatic speech there.
Horrible.
Right? We spoke about how a lot of conservative commentators were, putting their hands over their eyes and gosh darn it, they were turning the other way. Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. The fallout is still happening from that speech. Oh, yeah. Katie Britt gave a story during her response. And that story is being checked up on right now. They are trying to, call her out on it. They want to know is what she's saying true? Is she trying to connect the Biden administration to it? How feasible is it? And the survivor in the story that she was telling apparently is blasting her for it, and I want you guys to take a look at it. When it comes back, I want to speak about it because I thought that liberals, they like women. I thought that's what it is. I didn't know that they do this much attacking on women. But, of course, they're, women on the right, they're going to get attacked. Take a look at this. Here we go. Sex trafficking survivor blasts Alabama Senator Katie Britt. Here we go.
Alabama Senator Katie Britt is facing fallout for the sex trafficking story she told during her much-talked-about rebuttal after the State of the Union address.
I spoke to a woman who shared her story with me. She had been sex trafficked by the cartels starting at the age of 12. We wouldn't be okay with this happening in a third world country. This is the United States of America.
Now, the woman from the story, Carla Jacinto, is speaking out, and she says her ordeal didn't happen in the United States, and it was 20 years ago when George W. Bush was president. Britt defended her version of the story on Fox News.
The story that you relayed is not something that's happened under the Biden administration, that particular person.
Well, I very clearly said I spoke to a woman who told me about when she was trafficked when she was 12.
I'll be performing an original monologue called This Country is Hell.
Saturday Night Live mocked Britt's speech with Scarlett Johansson making a cameo as the senator.
You see, I'm not just a senator. I'm a wife, a mother, and the craziest bitch in the Target parking lot.
Now, what do you got to think about that? The liberals, of course, they're going to run with it. Saturday Night Live picked her up, started acting crazy. I wish they would act crazy with all the Democrats that are on there. Democrats are real crazy. What do you think about this here, Jamal?
First, I would like to thank J9000, Justin. Thank you for your kindness and generosity and
Shout
your
out to you.
donation to the page through PayPal. Thank you. Here's the thing. The Republican Party is reaching out to those women who are the Nikki Haley voters. And I'm trying to say it perfectly, Jermain. I thought that was the most cringe-worthy return.
Oh, Lord.
But a lot of women are saying they understood and they felt that. Now, I'm going to talk a little behind the scenes, y'all, when Jermain confirmed this, and y'all will understand. Jermain, have you been getting these flags from this group called Big Brother Live Protection?
Yeah.
Okay. They're fake. They're frauds. They're just trolling. Who to say that this woman who came up is actually truthful? Who to say that she's the only one that talked to the Alabama senator?
There you go.
About it. Now, you get this woman who says, that's my story, and that's my story. I don't know. Whoa, hold up. She said she spoke to a woman about it.
Could have been anybody.
How many women have been sex trafficked through the Texas border since Joe Biden? How many immigrants have been through? They say, to be generous, 8 million.
My goodness.
Huh? Out of 8 million women trafficked illegally, you don't think Hector or Romero were like, hey, she looking good. You want to get to America. would you like to try some of my taco quesadilla?
Oh Lord.
I promise you, I give you some sauce. I get you America real good. Who to say that didn't happen? And truth be told, with what's going on, with Joe Biden, this one woman come up and say, that's my story. Really? Are you the only woman? No. So I kind of think I didn't like that rebuttal to Joe Biden's State of the Union. Yes. And I didn't like it. But how many women do you see that did? That won't say nothing? Because remember, it's women who don't like Donald Trump. Why is that? Because the way he talked, the way he talked, himself, he doesn't sound nice. There are women, like we just got finished doing these other stories, single mothers that's raising their daughters to be what?
Yep.
So there are women who like that appeal to them. So I don't think that woman had a right to say that's her story and only her story. But I do understand why they came like that. It was horrible, but understood.
Yeah, I can understand, but the story she gave could have been a lot of women's stories out there. And the thing is, regardless of when the story happened, it's something that is happening. And it's almost like liberals, they can't see what the deal is. No matter if the story's fake or not. It's what's happening in the world right now. And you get Joe Biden and the liberals not speaking about it. Yet they want to go ahead and attack the woman for her just saying this type of story here. Now, I understand why they're going after her. They're trying to say that, she overplayed her hand and all this. But
I ain't gonna lie, I understand now.
That's what liberals do. Don't liberals overplay their hand and act, with the fake emotion all the time?
Yes.
How come we can't get conservatives doing the same thing? There's a whole bunch of stories with Michelle Obama telling fake ass stories about when she was when she used to be a man. You get what I'm saying? You don't have anybody out here making fun of her, crying, that she can't get her favorite nut cup and all that. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying, favorite nut cup. We are just saying, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, Lord, you're wrong.
Tit for tat. Oh my goodness gracious. But they learned their lesson. The Republicans, the establishment, learned their lesson on this one. You can't fake it with the best of them. That type of faking is done by the liberal left. They're good at it.
Very good.
Very good at it. The best thing to do is to be honest, tell the truth. And that will definitely beat all the stuff they're doing. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you share. I want to speak to you guys about what just got approved. A lot of people are upset, and I don't know how the liberals are going to win any election with what just got approved. $300 million is being shipped over to Ukraine, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, in weapons and equipment. $300 million. There's a whole bunch of people in this country that are suffering. Yes. Look at the border. They can't even approve money for the border. They can't approve money to do the right thing here in this country. But it always seems like they can approve money to ship out the country. Don't it seem like that, ladies and gentlemen? When it comes to the American citizen needing something and doing the right thing for the American citizen, gosh darn it, we're struggling. We get pennies. But Ukraine, idiots across the pond, let me tell you, countries that don't like us, they end up getting millions. That should let everybody know how crooked our government is. Crooked to the core. I want you guys to take a look at this. NSA Jake Sullivan announces emergency funding going to Ukraine. $300 million in a new package that got approved. Take a look.
So today, on behalf of President Biden, I'm announcing an emergency package of security assistance of $300 million worth of weapons and equipment to address some of Ukraine's pressing needs. This is possible because of unanticipated cost savings in contracts that DoD negotiated to replace equipment we've already sent to Ukraine through previous drawdowns.
Wow. Jamal, what do you think about this? Another $300 million. When are they going to stop sending our money? And
I would like to, before I go any further, Jermain,
go ahead.
I would like to thank Miss Cynthia Shaner. Miss Cynthia, thank you for your kindness and generosity and donation to the page. Miss Cynthia, thank you for your kindness and donation to the page through PayPal. Thank you, Miss Cynthia.
Shout out to Cynthia.
We're going to keep playing around and going to end up in a nuclear war with Russia. This $300 million they just
ridiculous
sent to Ukraine. Now, we already know no one's going to be keeping it up with it. We already know. And here's the thing what Ukraine just did. Ukraine is sending drones inside of Russia. Now, if Vladimir Putin decides to give them an H-bomb for their trouble, what do we think they're going to do? Ukraine is losing. The $300 million that we're sending, we don't even have a border wall that shouldn't have been sent. We don't even have a lot of road infrastructure, all that. We don't even have right now. Americans are suffering.
Yep.
We're suffering. And oh yeah, real quick. Hey, black folk. All that talk of reparations. They're saying they ain't got no money for your reparations.
Yup.
You niggas just show up and vote. Republicans ain't promising no reparations. Republicans don't believe in reparations.
Nope.
But Democrats do. They can't even cut you a check for $10.
Man.
They can't cut you a check for $100. But you're going to listen to Roland Martin tell you, black Republicans the problem. You're going to listen to Roland Martin, his dumb behind, and his dumb guest. But they ain't got no money for you, black folk.
None.
They love you, black folk. They need got that money for Ukraine.
Yep.
How you feel?
Black folks, they need to stop voting. Yeah, y'all need to stop voting.
That tells you they need to just totally stop voting, period.
Ukraine getting $300 million. Black folks get zero for reparations. You get zero. Zilch! Nothing. Nan, as a lot of black folks would say. They ain't giving us Nan. You ain't getting Nan. Nothing. All that stomping you were doing, all that fake racism crap you were going along with, and you're getting nothing. And I want to tell black folks out there as well, you're going to continue to get nothing because they have their new voters here. Yeah, they shipped them here. Biden been flying them across the country. And that's who they are caring about because they believe that those folks are going to get them in power forever. So, hopefully they will see what the truth is. 300 million, ladies and gentlemen, we have homeless vets that are out right now needing a lot of help. They need mental help, right? They need to be housed. They need financial help. The country has left them. The country has left them. We have American citizens that are out that need help. The country has left them. 300 million. We probably could have ended hunger here in this country. We probably could make sure that everybody would be in a home. There's so many things that we could do with that money, ladies and gentlemen, to improve our lives. But no, Satan and his cronies are shipping the money out. And I want folks to understand something. Once you start understanding that the people who are at the top are crooks, then you'll start thinking about how crooks move. And you'll stop being naive in a sense, right? And you'll start using your brain.
You get nothing.
Yeah, you'll start saying, "Hey, I wonder why they keep sending money to those people, right?" And then you'll say, "Oh, they're crooks. So crooks, they're sending money over there. What are they doing? Oh, they're money laundering." Yeah. You'll start picking up how these crooks are moving, ladies and gentlemen. Remember when I told you that a lot of these senators were coming up with these fake-ass NGOs, right? They're coming up with fake-ass, charities. Hey, we need to send money to the Ukraine Doggy Fund. There's a whole bunch of dogs in Ukraine that are homeless. We got to make sure that those dogs are taken care of. And you know what? There's stupid people here in this country that will send money to Ukraine so that dogs are taken care of. They come up with all these dumb charities so that they can siphon money from the American citizen. That's how they do it, ladies and gentlemen. They're crooks. And until we start realizing it, you start using common sense, they'll keep getting away with it. But once you realize they're crooks and you start challenging them on the things they're doing, My goodness gracious, you'll catch them in the act. Last words on this here, sir.
Jermain, as we was talking, I had a Fox News alert, and I just want to show you this, Jermain. Just got to show you. All the problems we having in America. Do you see what they seized off Texas waters? Not illegals. The Fed seized 1,250 pounds of illegal caught red snapper in Texas waters. So the feds can go after you for fish.
Red snapper,
but they
good.
can't stop illegals. But they can give Ukraine 300 million.
Yep.
They can give Ukraine billions. But I'm just saying, Jermain, you know sometimes we joke and we laugh and we talk about black folk and people always say, why y'all always talking about black folk? Y'all black.
Y'all black.
Well, we ain't voting Democrat.
Yep.
And since we don't vote Democrat, we kind of find it mighty pathetic that they got all this money to give to Ukraine and they can't give you Negroes nothing. Who been talking about slavery, Jim Crow, oh Lord, segregation. All y'all been talking about that and they got nothing.
Yep. Nathan.
Not that. And Joe Biden ain't stupid. He know the Supreme Court gonna stop him for doing half of the stuff he promised.
Yep.
So he do it. The Supreme Court stop him. He looks like he doing it. Black folks, see, I tried to give you college money.
Yep.
But he know we can't. I tried to forgive you college loan. But he know we can't. See, but I make sure Ukraine get their money. Americans ought to be pissed off.
Yep, they should be.
If you have children struggling, if you have children that struggling with any type of breathing disease, getting long, big hospital bills, nobody forgiving your hospital bill. Nobody's giving you a break on gas. But he can give money to Ukraine. Donald Trump has to be elected.
He has to
stop this crap because it's not just Democrats. It's some sneaky little Republicans. You know, everybody look at the hoof of that donkey. Ooh, it's so good. But you ain't looking at the leg of that elephant. That's digging in there getting some of that money.
And I'm letting you guys know the establishment Republicans, they're in bed with the Democrats.
Yep.
You better wake up. They're not on our side. They are not. They hate Donald Trump. They hate anybody who has the light of the Lord. They will go along with Satan and his friends. And let me tell you something. People like Mitch McConnell, they're sitting back and they're filling their coffers because they know that, the jig is coming for them. It's up. It's up right now, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Let's go ahead and move forward. Next one up here, ladies and gentlemen. Next one up. I want to speak to you guys about a photo that has liberals absolutely furious. They are mad. And it deals with black folks, black voters with Donald Trump. Apparently, there's an AI photo that has gone viral. And it has Donald Trump surrounded by black folks. Liberals are mad. I want you guys to take a look at this. When I come back, we shall discuss this. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. All right, here we go.
Welcome and thank you for joining us for our second half hour, The Factor Uncensored. It's election season, so we're going to see all kinds of tactics to attract voters out there. The apparently includes using AI. AI-generated photos of former President Donald Trump that you're looking at right there with black people have been circulating on social media. One of them created by conservative radio host Mark Kaye. Now, there's no proof or evidence that the president's campaign created these photos. Many believe these were created to make the former president appealing to black voters, and it comes after Trump claims that black people liked him more after he was arrested for attempting to overturn the 2020 presidential election results. NBA veteran Charles Barkley isn't having any of it. He says on site, if he sees any black person wearing Trump's mugshot or MAGA hat or paraphernalia, vowing to punch them in the face. Let's talk about it. Joining us tonight, black conservative Sean Scott and Seiko Woods, independent voter Demetrius Walker, and political strategist Dallas Jones. So Dallas, let's begin with you. Any truth to what, or legitimacy to what former President Trump is saying? Blacks are now attracted to him because he has been arrested.
Well, I wouldn't say it's legitimacy. I would say it's insulting. You know, the idea that you know, the black community as a whole identifies with the idea of being indicted, and that's something that should attract them to him. Why? Why is that? Because the vast majority of black Americans are not criminals. They cannot relate to being indicted. They do not find glory in people being indicted. And that just goes to show the disconnect with Donald Trump and his relationship with the black communities. Now, this is the man that after you know, a shooting said that they were fine Americans on both sides of peaceful protests. This is a man who you know, accused the Central Five of crimes that what we later saw they did not commit. So he has a history of being completely disconnected of what it means to be a black American.
Seiko, you've been looking at me like, when you gonna let me talk, Isaiah? I need to get in here right now. And Sean. But go ahead, give us your thoughts about what Dallas just said.
Well, first of all, Dallas, I appreciate your comment, but I have to disagree with you on it because, first of all, he never said that. What he said regarding the Charlottesville, I believe it was the Charlottesville situation, he was not talking about the white supremacists. He made it clear. He said, I'm not talking about the white supremacists. I'm talking about those who came to peacefully demonstrate. He said that. He never mentioned anything and condoned any type of white supremacy. Matter of fact, he said, I condemn
those were white supremacists.
He said, I condemn it totally. That's exactly what he said. And I believe a lot of times, Isaiah, a lot of things what happens is when people take sound bites and then they put it across the mainstream media, which I call lamestream media, because they don't represent the truth of what is really going on. And so when you don't have the full context of what somebody says, then you have statements, respectfully, what Dallas has said, being taken out of context and then pushed out where people was now accused him of being a racist. Was Donald Trump a racist when he had all these rappers in his videos? Was Donald Trump a racist when he was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Was Donald Trump a racist when all the rappers, including Snoop Dogg, before he started tripping as well, had no problem with Donald Trump? It was only until Donald Trump decided to become a Republican is when black people wanted to give him the problem, to give him the business.
Well, since you addressed me directly, I don't think that I said that Donald Trump was a racist.
No, you did not.
No, I did not.
No,
what I did say was that Donald Trump was disconnected with the realities of what it means to be black in America. And now, here are the facts. The reality is, look, he is gaining ground with black men. Like, it has moved from 4% to about 24% that African-American men are being pulled to Donald Trump.
Why is that?
These gimmicks.
Why is that?
But these gimmicks, such as putting his face on T-shirts and selling them. These gimmicks, such as creating sneakers and believing that we're going to be motivated to buy his sneakers. These are the things that he thinks that attracts black people to him.
Why do you think that?
Real quick, let's hear from Sean. Sean, go ahead.
Well, first of all, where's your proof that he is doing these things? You're basically saying that he's putting these photo ops out here just to garner the support.
Where's your proof that he's not?
So where's your proof that he is?
So are you telling me Donald Trump did not sell gold sneakers and did not promote those?
I'm telling you that he didn't put those images out there. I'm telling you that there's no proof
so are you saying that he didn't promote those images
and I'm
in his
telling you
speech to the black conservatives?
that what people are connecting with is the injustices that we face, and that's what he was
Did
speaking
he not
to.
promote these T-shirts in his latest speech to the Black conservative?
He
to the
mentioned
Black
the
conservative
T-shirts.
So he mentioned them.
Right, just like,
Okay.
but hold on,
But he didn't put the,
Got it, but he mentions them in what context?
He mentioned them in the context.
He mentioned them in what context? He started the speech
Can I
off.
explain the
He started the speech off by saying, you know, I can only see
Can I
black
explain
people.
the context? Because I'm kind of soft-spoken
Sure.
and, you know.
Go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry.
Right. So what people are identifying with is the great injustices that we face in our judicial system. And that's what he was speaking to. Not the fact that, okay, all black people are criminals or whatever, right?
Never said
but
that.
he's saying that, okay, they see what I'm going through. They see how I have been attacked. They see the injustices that I am facing. And this is what they are identifying with. You're looking at an individual that is dealing with these things, the President of the United States. So he's saying, hey, if they can do this to me, surely they can do it to you. And they have done it to you for a very long time.
And then he proceeded to call the President of the United
Let's bring
States
in Demetrius really quick. Your assessments of this.
Are you saying that didn't happen?
And former President Donald Trump, your thoughts?
Isaiah, we have to bring facts into this equation. Donald Trump has had racial discrimination lawsuits since the 1970s filed against him, in which he's had to pay fines and actually publish ads, you know, promoting the fact that his real estate company has racially discriminated against blacks as tenants previously. You know, when he first came on board as president, one of the first things that he did was pass an executive order to get rid of racial sensitivity training. On the campaign trail just recently, Donald Trump has promised to terminate all diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. So he is not a fan of black people. He is not someone who is going to promote.
That black guy there is an idiot.
You can let it build up. You can let it marinate. We'll be back with this discussion in just a moment here on the Fact.
Wow, and I'm going to stop it right there. So you guys heard a smart black man, you heard a smart black woman, and then you heard some idiots. Right? You heard some idiots. Jamal, what do you think about this?
Well, here's the thing. You have the two that's informed, and they're saying, hey, listen, this is what they tell you about him. This is not true. Show me. And when she said to him, show me where he did this. Show me where he promoted this. Well, show me where he didn't. No.
Yep.
It don't work that way. You accuse, oh, daggone, Jermain, I accidentally took something here. You don't get to say, show me where he didn't do it. Hold up, you accusing him. The accused has the benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
And the woman said, show me where he did it. Show me where he promoted these pictures. Now, whoever came up with these pictures is stupid. They're not helping anything. And I'm going to tell you something. I really believe there are some people that's, like I said about the QAnon people.
Yep.
That are posing as Trump supporters. And they're trying to do stuff to irritate people so he won't get the support.
Absolutely.
Anybody knows that picture, that's going to be shot down. But one, tell me why we even needed AI.
Yep.
When we haven't even cured cancer or AIDS. That's just something, you know. But the guy that was talking, Donald Trump, no, Donald Trump didn't want HUD homes in his apartments. That's black, white, Latino. If you are poor, low income isn't a color.
Yep.
But people want to put your mind in a color. Well, he talked about the Central Park 5. There is a police officer who interviewed the Central Park 5 and said they did it. He will stand behind they did it. He talked to their parents. He got the confession. But one confession. The young boy said he was, I think they said he was like, his parents was in the other room when he made the confession. It was like, you can't use it. But they were locked up. They signed the plea bargains.
They did.
Yeah. See, a lot of people don't know this Central Park Five were not good kids in the beginning. They have been in and out of trouble in the beginning. So I'm not surprised. I'm not. That, of course, it's going to be black folk.
Yep.
You can't believe Donald Trump. Y'all like Trump. Why you like Biden?
Yep.
Or how about just tell people, who the are you to be asking me who and why I support somebody?
Yep.
Do you support them? No, I didn't. Drop dead. I don't.
Those black folks who are for Biden, those are the brainwashed folks. If you listen to all the stuff they were bringing out, that's all the stuff that CNN speak about. That's all the stuff MSNBC be harping about, which is nothing. Black folks, if they were just to sit back and really think about it, they will come to the conclusion that they don't really care about none of that stuff. When you can't eat, when you can't get a job, you're not going to care about racism. And I want black folks to understand that all that color ain't going to get you nowhere. When you can't get money in your pocket, when your kids are crying because they want something to eat, all that color talk you're saying will go out the window. It will. These people are retorting white liberal talking points. That's it. That's all they're doing, Jamal. White liberal talking points. White liberals tell them what to be mad about. That's it. Black folks master. The white liberal tells you what to be mad about. And I'm telling black folks, think for yourself. Because once you start thinking for yourself, you will get out of that groupthink and you'll start coming to the truth. You will. All you black folks out there that go to church, right? Praise the Lord. You're clapping your hands, right?
And you vote for
singing about Jesus. Let me tell you something. You ain't getting to heaven with that type of hatred in your heart. You're not. You're not at all. You're not giving Donald Trump a chance, and you're not being honest. Let me tell you. So, I mean, it's crazy. And there's another guy here I want to speak to you guys about, Bill Maher. Bill Maher had, what should we call this? A reporter diatribe, a saying.
Him and his stupidity.
Yeah,
That's
some
what it
stupidity. He speaks about MAGA patriots, and he speaks about Donald Trump. I want you guys to take a look at this. Here we go.
If you want to love Trump, love him. Go to the rallies, buy the sneakers. You want to give him absolute power? You want him to be the leader uber alles? You want him to have the right of kings? You do you. But stop framing it as patriotism. Because the one thing you cannot say is that Donald Trump is following the tradition of the founders. He is advocating for complete and total presidential immunity. His words, not mine.
What's his name?
Monarchy shit.
John
And it's your right
Stewart.
to
John
support
Stewart.
it.
Sorry
Just
about
do
that.
me a favor for historical accuracy. Next time you want to dress up at the rallies, wear the right colored coats. 'Cause that's what you are.
Wow. Do you see what John Stewart made people who support Donald Trump? You see the way he's talking? No, that should be for you guys out there. Jon Stewart, a paid hack. Let me tell you. What do you think, Jamal?
Well, here's the thing. Jon Stewart had to come back and save the Daily Show because they were going underwater with
Yep, that black guy was an idiot.
They have always tried to present Jon Stewart as a moderate, but he's not. Jon Stewart hates President Trump. He hates him. Why? Because President Trump didn't bow down to him.
Yep.
Jon Stewart, he was like, oh, I don't got nothing to do with nothing. I don't got nothing to do with nothing. This is one of the most pathetic things you have ever seen. Jon Stewart hasn't changed. He's a hack. He's a liar. He's going to do whatever the Democrat Party want him to do. And people know it. Don't call yourself patriots. You don't call yourself patriots. Well, here's what some people don't know. The Revolutionary War was actually originally called the First Civil War because it was British civil. It was colonists versus the British government. We was under the British government. We rebelled against our government. So that is a civil war.
Yep.
When you win, it's a revolution. When you lose, it's a civil war. If you rebel against the government and lose, it's a civil war. When you win, it's a revolution. Why do you think they call it the Soviet Revolution? The Soviets won. The government was defeated.
Yep.
So that's a revolution. They call it a civil war when the government holds power. That's why they call it the French Revolution. The French government lost. The rebellions won. But they call it the British, the American Civil War. Why? Because the government won against the rebels. So, truth be told, he's saying, that we need to put on we need to be wearing the red coats. Well, the red coats, many of them were people next door neighbors.
Yep.
Who took up and fought for the crown because they considered themselves British citizens. So Jon Stewart is an idiot. But are we surprised? It's election time. Here come the idiocy. And I have to say this, Jermain, before I shut up. There is no apology. There is no forgiveness for those people who talked to us like dogs, treated us like trash while President Trump was in office. If President Trump wins, I hope and pray he does. If he wins, they're going to hate us. But if President Trump loses, I said it before in the last election, they're going to try to come around, be nice, and come on. Man, we let stuff get. But as soon as President Trump won and he started running, they picked back up that hate.
They picked it up and ran.
Win or lose. If you hated me before about me supporting President Trump, hate me even more.
Yep, they should. Shout out to Kelly Land. Yeah, libtards all look the same. My goodness gracious. You're absolutely correct. Jon Stewart, a paid hack. Sit there and not tell the truth. The man won't be honest. He won't speak about all the nonsense that is going on with the liberals. He won't tell you about how this country is going down the toilet very fast.
Real fast.
He won't do it. He's there to make dumb jokes and for the libtards and the elite to laugh. That's it. I don't know anybody who watches that show anymore.
Oh, it's back popular. It's getting back popular because he's back. Because sometimes he can really be funny.
My goodness gracious.
But the other times, the man act like he got the derangement syndrome bad.
Yeah, we need Americans to wake up. That's what we need. And people like Jon Stewart, they're not going to do it. They're paid to sow dissension. They're paid to put out lies. That is it. And we need patriots out there to fight by voting.
Yes.
All right. And
Get
telling
out
the
and
truth
vote.
and doing what is right. Because we know that the folks on the left, they ain't going to do that. So, that, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it is. That is our show for tonight. Yeah. That is our show. I want to thank everybody and their mamas for coming out here and hanging out with us. Jamal, you have any nice words for our crowd before we leave here?
Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. Thank you, everybody, for donating to the pages. Like I said, please like, share, subscribe. If Jermain, you have your subscribe button up so people can subscribe to your page?
Yeah, they should be able to.
Okay, subscribe. When you subscribe, hey, it helps the pages out.
Absolutely.
For those who was able to give and donate tonight, we appreciate it. That goes a long way. So, everyone, we thank you all once again for coming out tonight. Lord willing, living Sid, I will do a show tomorrow night. I had to take Monday off because I was tired. Tonight, of course, Double Barrel J's. Tuesdays, we are back. Your Tuesdays.
Absolutely.
Back with the Double J's.
Absolutely. Fantastic show. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad you're in the kit here with me, giving the liberals hell here and doing what is needed. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all for coming on in here. Everybody on all the platforms for coming on in here, hitting that like button and sharing, and all the people that donated. We love you, let me tell you. We certainly do, and we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts, all right? We certainly do. So we are now going to take off and leave. I love you, and we will catch you guys here later for another edition of Double Barrel J's on Conservative Nation. I will be on 7 p.m. Central tomorrow. So make sure you guys come on in and hang out with me, all right? We sure will these people up. You guys take care. Good night.